converting decimal into hexadecimal is going to be so easy. So sometimes you need to do that, not always, but in some cases you may need to know how to convert decimal into binary. And again, I want to emphasize on this. We do not go for numbers more than 255. Actually, the numbers that we are going to work with are limited to 0 and 2 to 55. So any number between these, they may give it to you and ask you to convert this into a hexadecimal or the opposite. So how can I do that? For example, I have number 200 in decimal, and they ask me to convert this into hexadecimal. How can I do this? That's going to be easy. First of all, you should divide whatever you have by 16. So I know that I have 13 16s into in 200. It is like this. If I divide this by 1, that's going to be 16, and the remaining is going to be 40. So no, I do not have 13. I have 12 16 actually. So 2 by 16 is going to be 32, and the remaining is going to be 8. And this is very important. The remaining is very important, and this portion is very important. This portion is going to be the first hexadecimal value, and this is going to be the second hexadecimal value. So the first portion is 12, and I know that in hexadecimal notation, I represent 12 by C. And the second portion is 8, and I know that in hexadecimal notation, 8 is 8. So 12 is converted into hexadecimal, and the result is going to be C8. Let me show you this. If I use decimal and enter 200 and click on hexadecimal, you can see that the result is going to be C8. So you know that. This is very easy. Let me do another conversion. For example, you have 113, and they ask you to find the hexadecimal for this. For this, I need to divide this by 16 again. How many 16s do I have in 113? For example, 7. If I use 7, 7 by 3 is 42, and 7 by 1 is going to be 7, and by plus 4 it's going to be 11. Yes, that's it, 7. So the remaining is going to be 1. So as I told you, this is the remaining, and this is the result of division. This result is going to be the first part, the remaining is going to be the second part. So the first part is 7, and I know that 7 in hexadecimal is 7, and the second part is 1. I know that 1 in hexadecimal is 1. Let me see this. If I hit decimal and type 113 and click on hexadecimal, the result is 71. Exactly like this. What I have calculated is completely correct. What if you want to do the opposite? For example, you want to convert a hexadecimal value into decimal value. For example, they give you AB, and they want you to, convert this into hexadecimal. And here, again, as I told you, we are not going to have values more than 255 in decimal. What I should do is this. I know that this is the part that should be multiplied by 16, and this is the part that should go for the second part, and it is going to be added to the first part. So I know that A is 10. So I actually multiply this by 16, and the result is going to be 160. And the second part is just that. I need to add 160 to B. And I know that B is 11, so the result is going to be 171. That's it. So let's see this. If I go to hexadecimal and type AB, and click on decimal. The result is 171. 171. That's it. That's correct. Let me give you another example. We are not going to have much of these examples. That's because you rarely need to do this. But again, okay, they ask you to convert F1 into decimal. So again, as I told you, the first part should be multiplied by 16. The second part should be added to the result. So F is 15. We know that F is 15. So if I multiply this by 16, it is going to be 240, I guess. 240. And this should be added to this value. So 240 plus 1, the result is going to be 241. Is it correct? Yes. So let me see that. I open calculator and go for hexadecimal and type F1. Click on decimal. That's it. 241. I was right. 241, the result that I have received. Okay, now you are quite comfortable with different types of conversions. And these conversions are very important in working with IPv4 and IPv6 addresses, and I hope you know everything about this. If you are again in trouble, just drop me a message into the forum or into the discussion parts, and I will give you more examples, or I will change this video to, satisfy your needs.